You refused. I see. You must prefer the Thomas the Tank Engine face. Hmm? Am I wrong?
Thomas the Tank. What's up, guys? So we're back with Reverse 1999. Where I think we left off at chapter or stage 7. But first, we'll see. We're gonna do extra rolls. We'll see how if we could get some more Lucy's. I'm not sure if I should do a quick roll for this one because you get the first 10 summon is only 5. I can do that later since we have 17 more days. We still have a lot of her, but every time I do a roll for her, I do get these tapes where I could get another one if I hit 200, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that much anyway. In case you guys missed it, I'm gonna show the trailer again because I don't remember it. Burton!
If you're here to check on the progress, there is none.
Thanks for the lurk.
I'm afraid you'll leave disappointed, Madam Lucy.
Send this to everyone.
This is La Unua.
We must share this with everyone. La Unua Diaklo.
What was that? Stop the transmission! The ritual is wrong!
It's a trailer. In case in case people missed it. Because we only did stage 1 through 7, so we're on 8 right now. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I guess from the scenes, yeah. Because everything was like frozen and like she's like walking through time almost like. Oracles at Delphi.
If my pursuit of truth will be the destruction of my beliefs.
She shakes her head repeatedly, looking more perplexed than when she checked the Ms. Fowler's math homework.
I came for the truth, and my faith is the truth. Why would the truth be destroyed by the truth?
I want to try to get her to.
Because I did the calculation wrong. I'll go back and do it again. And next time, I will do better.
And answer without hesitation, causing the gatekeeper to pause for an extra moment of silence.
What if the essence of truth is there is no truth?
Isn't that also a form of the truth? Its non-existence is an answer in itself, is it not? You're speaking like 210. Are you really 6?
Seven was clearly out of patience with this all. She stares at 6 in annoyance, trying to detect any signs of a face that he might be playing a joke on her.
I should be more specific. You may see it as another allegory. The gate stands before you. Open it, and you will find the truth you seek. But at the same time, the world as you know it will crumble. Will you still open it?
37 blinks. This time, her answer is even more clear and resolute.
Yes. If my world changes because the truth is revealed, doesn't that mean my previous understanding was wrong and should be corrected? If what's behind the gate is really the truth, why would I give up the truth for falsehood?
I see. You've passed. As a reward, I will bestow upon you this sacred ritual. It will bridge the gap between you and the Supreme Existence during communion.
Gale's scroll is presented to her, but the winner only furrows her brow even harder.
Was that it? You didn't even ask a question that posed a real challenge. See, Vertin, I knew this was just a formality. Vertin?
Where did Vertin go?
No, 37. I think this question...
37.
6 interjects.
There are some words I'd like to share with you. Not as 6, but myself, who used to live under the name Atticus. We know the story of Socrates' life, how truth and politics are at odds with each other. Either be wise, uninvolved, and look on, or be practical, involved, and suffer. I hope you will remember your answer when the defining moment comes for you.
He leaves. The game has been a disappointment. 37 frowns in frustration, but he keeps a tight grip on the scroll. The gate in the center of the circle has swung open, and the path ahead still
We should
shrouded
go,
in mist.
Vertin. There's a long way ahead. I hope the next question will be more fun.
Recommend this. Yeah, we'll keep Lucy there.
Nothing unexpected. For now.
Yes! 73! A good number. It's the 8th twin prime, the 8th lucky prime, and the same combination as 37. But sadly, you're the 21st prime number, which makes you less than perfect. Vertin, let's start with
with 73, because it has the largest absolute value.
Nice choice, Burton. You are a quick learner.
Alright, so that means we're attacking this one.
Charging.
Another jar?
Plan A.
Barrage.
Got you.
3, 2, 1, down.
I guess so.
Oh, it's wrong.
Welcome in, Millie.
Under attack.
It's newly made this year.
Plan B.
There they are.
A mice pass.
Ouch.
Alright, so. Okay.
Plan A.
Loading. Charging.
Plan B.
Loading. The light that illuminates all. Aim and shoot.
It's wrong.
Circuits functioning properly.
Coming. The maid's flicker.
I, robot, child of science.
I'll fill the cup for you. I remember it's called lending a hand.
So we tried to pull some more Lucy's, but we didn't get anything. We did get a new 5-star.
Nothing I haven't expected so far. Just like what Mom told me. They're just games, like skipping rocks, katabos, and hopscotch. I've always been good at games. Look, there's the gate, Vertin. We're almost at the end.
37 claps her hands with satisfaction, having resolved yet another obstacle. But her companion is not more patient.
What's the matter, Vertin? You've been quiet since we met 6. But you're number 0, not 6. You have no common factor with him.
No. I'm only thinking... What's the question you're going to ask? We've only got one chance.
The most important question of all, of course.
About the essence of the emanation, right?
The Islander devotes their lives to the study and service of the essence. Nothing is more than this question. The essence reveals the ultimate truth that underlies all existence. Everything else is just a fragment of the phenomenal world. It might directly solve the issue of the storm immunity, but knowing its nature will certainly help with that aspect. And it's the key to solving not just one problem, but many others.
Well, the essence of it is important. But one day, we will eventually come to understand it. Even if we leave it alone for now, it will still be there. Yes?
I think so.
She seems to have something else in mind.
I can't stop thinking about Regulus. Despite being so close to the answer, she turned back in the cave. determined to earn the answer rather than receive it on a silver platter. It's like covering your ears in front of the oracles at Delphi. How typical of an irrational number. But she was also right, wasn't she? None of the precepts forbids one from doing so. People like her may fall behind or get distracted along the way, learning at a slower pace. But in the end, we will all converge. It doesn't matter if some arrive sooner than others.
So, are you going to ask something else?
This time she nods.
Yes, I have come up with a better question. A question that will solve all our problems once and for all, and free everyone from the emanation. It's not as profound as my first question, but it's an equally good one.
I see. I will stop here then.
Huh?
She turns around, eyes wide with surprise.
Vertin, are you turning back like Regulus? But you're a zero. You're not an irrational.
No, I won't go far. I will wait for you here. This is your gate to open. It is your question, your answer. I will stay here and watch over you. If you encounter any danger in there, I will come to your aid at once.
But don't you also have a question to ask Aperon? Aren't your doubts unresolved?
No, I don't need to ask anymore. The question you're going to ask, the one that will free us all from the emanation, is exactly the question I want to ask, 37.
37 tilts her head curiously, but her confusion soon fades. She clearly understands, as she does not the most things in life.
I see. So you're choosing to be the one who looks on, like the third kind of men in the Olympic Games. A choice of insight, most appropriate for the number 0. In that case, I will see you later then, Vertin.
See you soon, 37.
She puts the suitcase down and breathes. You
Will
ready
this
for
really
anything?
be the collapse of her world as she knew it, like Six said? If that happens, I'll be here to hold the umbrella for her.
To be continued. That took like almost like what, 20 minutes. Alright. Outside the limits, stage 9. So this is going to be all stories, there's no didn't cost anything. The cave is vast and warm. Flickering candlelight, preparation for the cleansing ceremony are finally complete. The integers are waiting for the leader to return.
Do you think 37 is going to make it?
888 lowers her voice, concealing her worries.
Who knows?
Leaning against the cabin wall, 210 absentmindedly adjusts the grapevine on his hair out of boredom.
6 should be the easiest one to pass. The math puzzles in the labyrinth shouldn't be a problem for our little star either. The only tricky question is from Aperon, and no one knows what it will be. It is a fair game. Answer Aperon's question and it will answer yours. But if you give the wrong answer, oops.
Oops. He pinches a grape between his fingers and crushes it, his juice splattering onto his hands.
It'll hardly be a graceful end.
You are gross.
Edie shakes her head, not even bothering to hide her disgust.
We know little about the test. The last person to pass the test was 300 years ago. The price of failure was high. For the longest time, the Sixers forbade people from risking their lives for it.
Well, 6 lied. Someone passed the test 4 years ago.
An unexpected piece of information. Even 210 straightens up his attention. The banshee gazes into the distance, watching the shadow cast by candles dance on walls.
The two of them are so much alike. Their talents, their mindsets, even their first thoughts when facing an impossible challenge.
Wait, so is it 37's mom?
It is
Maybe?
an irresistible temptation,
Or-
indeed.
Who is
With
it?
a path to all truths right in front of you, just within reach. Who wouldn't want to give it a try?
Mist is surrounding lights and shadows. The trial is reaching its conclusion. She has reached the heart of the maze, the lair of Minotaur, where the final challenge awaits. Through the mist, a former gradually takes shape. First appears out to be a scholar, then a soldier, but it comes to transform into a king, a farmer, a child, an elder. Finally, it stops and submerges as a young woman with a sharp and chilling smile.
Mama? How are you here?
A soft chuckle slips out from the shadow.
No, I'm not who you think I am, child. I'm but a shadow, a flicker of fire, a projection before you. The finite cannot comprehend the infinite. Your limited senses cannot imagine what you've never seen, nor fathom what you've never heard. I am the answer to your desperate prayers. I am the blindfold before you see daylight. I am the reflection of your confused, hollow faces in the water. I am the lingering echo of the last visitor.
But you look just like Mama.
Eagerly, 37 steps forward.
This is the last obstacle of the test. The gate of truth is just ahead, right? And here you are, standing in front of me. Does that mean that you finally reached the transcendental realm? So my conjecture was right, and our model did not fail, correct?
The transcendental realm?
The woman laughs is strange and unsettling.
You speak adorable nonsense, my dear daughter. Did you really believe what I said? You silly little goose.
37 stops in her tracks and lifts her head in disbelief. She locks eyes with those aquamarine orbs that are misses, almost like her mother's eyes.
Have you not doubted, even for a moment? You did. You wavered when you strolled the shores at night, when you inevitably gazed at the geometric bodies. If they really are manifestations of the transcendental world, why can't I find Mama's number in the broken pieces? You thought. Why can't I hear her voice? Why can't I see their patterns? The darkness blinds me. I miss you, Mama.
What kind of trial is this?
Oh, my poor, sweet daughter. You are too young and naive, too attached to what is familiar and too trusting of your teachings. You should have continued doubting instead of following my outdated footsteps. Was the conjecture wrong? Was the model correct? It does not matter, child. The rules of the game have changed. The Chaos Makers, the Fearmongers, and the Rule Shapers, they have already outpaced us. We were not wrong, we simply fell behind. We were blinded by the dream of the transcendental realm and could not see through reality. But worry not, my daughter. You have made it here, and that is all that matters. We will do the calculations together. This time, the results will be more accurate than ever.
Mama!
With a gentle smile, the woman tucks her hair behind her ear and reaches out a hand to the girl.
This world is an enormous wasteland, 37. Look at the creations in it. The congested, silent herds that scurry to and fro in their meaningless lives. Never have they looked at the stars above, nor bent to smell the flowers. The melodies of the patterns above go unheard by them, their souls unresonant to their wisdom. They are the prisoners of their bodies, complacent in their dulled senses, and conceited over their success of ruling the planet through violence and bloodshed. They mocked us, shunned us, and slaughtered us. They discriminated against us throughout the ages, branded us as lunatics, and spat on what we held dear. But we never gave up once. We were never truly defeated. One day, they will be proven wrong, and they will be forced to admit it. My daughter, my precious little pearl. Come to me, back in your mother's arms. Let us return to a time before disputes and disasters, when it was just you and me wandering the boundless beach. I will share with you the infinite secrets of this world, the essence of all things, and the truth that transcends everything. That's what you came for, yes?
Her eyes are earnest and sincere. 37 slowly climbs the stairs, longing to reach out and grasp her mother's hand. She suddenly looks up, confused, and asks us a question.
But Mama, I am 37, not infinity. Why would I want an infinite number of secrets?
What's
The
happening?
ground is shaking. Did she give the wrong answer?
The cavern's illusionary landscape shifts again. A fierce wind abruptly raises around her. Amidst the howling gale, 37 looks definitely up in the air, her eyes piercing past her mother's illusion.
I don't long for the infinite secrets, for it is not within the scope of my number. I know who I am. I am only 37, a finite number, a pebble in the sand. The tides could wash over me, engulf me, and crush me at any moment. Even so, I am glad to be 37, for I know my limits. I know my boundaries. A concept these supreme existences cannot even fathom.
Her mother's shadows shatter, shards shimmering and pulsing in the air as if they were alive. The wind picks up, whipping her hair around and forcing her to narrow her eyes against the current. But she stands her ground, refusing to yield.
Appear on the boundless one. I am here for a simple question. How can we escape the darkness of the phenomenal world and be free from the emanation forever?
Her voice disappears into the wind, like a pebble sinking in the pond. But then the ripples echoes back. Hey Lorix, thanks you for the raid. How's everything? Let me give you a shout out, see if it works. Welcome in, raid. Oh. It's almost not working. Wait, is it auto playing? No. Alright. They aren't recognizable syllables of any unknown language or any known language, but more like a reverberation between layers of rock walls, each note stabbing through her like a dagger. Her breathing becomes labored and blood trickles through her nose. Wait, so is something happening to 37? Dizziness churns in her head, causing her vision to blur and double.
How? It clearly promised me an
Oh,
answer.
37 looks. let me move my dragon, because if you look at the picture, let's see, it's like 37 is not doing well.
Is it because the answer to my question, the transcendental truth, is outside of our limits too?
Make way! Move! Madam Lucy, we have the right pronunciation.
So, and
The
base
script you
there's
gave me
also
was
having
correct.
a crisis.
This is the arcane language of the incantation. Where did you get it?
Very well. Give it to me. Inform all research teams that we are moving on to the next phase of the project.
Swift and sure, footsteps stride past glass-walled rooms, stopping at the main control room of the storm. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be a character or not. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that I'm not sure if they're gonna be characters. Like, besides 210, the new character from the Numbers Island is the 888. The control station is bursting with activities as Liaison send messages through electric signals. And wait. Yeah, I can't pronounce that one. Tubes to various offices. All parts of a well-oiled routine. Enigma is here too.
If you're here to check on the progress, there is none.
So in case, you know, I know some people haven't got to this far, but I believe it's Enigma. Enigma is Hoffman's brother, right?
I'm afraid you'll leave disappointed, Madam Lucy.
The robot hardly noticed the mockery in his tone. Yeah, I know. She approaches one of the liaison and holds out her hand. In her palm is the strip brought by the dove.
Send this to everyone. It has been verified. This is the correct pronunciation of the immunity ritual.
This is.
And like, I'm not sure because you guys know from the first chapter, right? I forgot her name, what her name was, but I think it starts with an S. That like the, you know, it looks like you could play. It's like she might be a playable character, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be out or not. Yeah, yep, Snyder, yep. Right, because like, I know one of my friends wants to get a Forgot Me Not, but the only problem with Forgot Me Not is he has I don't think he could be a playable character. He has a huge piano. His hands trembles. Despite its size, the tiny slip of paper holds great importance. Following the pronunciation guideline, he carefully spells out the first word.
La unwa.
The script is taken from his grasp. Standing next to him, the liaison holds the script in her hands, also trembling with excitement.
We must share this with everyone.
She trots over to the control station. The script is transposed onto the screen. The liaison meticulously checks every detail, ensuring that nothing is overlooked.
La unua circlo.
She reaches into the microphone, her voice confident and clear. With a final press of the send button, she turns away with a satisfied smile on her face.
Help!
Oh no! Dino snapped! Without warning, her torso cracks apart and her entire form crumbles, shattering to the ground in pieces.
What was that?
All hell breaks loose. Chairs scrap loudly against the floor, coffee cups clatter to the ground, and people scrambled about in a frenzy. The director of the past remains still, her eyes fixed on the rapid flashing lights on the screen.
Stop the transmission! The ritual is wrong!
She pauses. In the face of chaos and turmoil, it falls on someone to step up and take action.
No. The incantation is indeed correct.
Fish. Let's see, what was these things in a way? I'm still, yeah, I don't think I still, Alright, I don't think that's enough for wishes yet, so go on to number 10. Return to the Earth. Let's look at the battle scene. So I had to spend energy.
What is going on?
In another glass wall room, researchers looks up for the works. Researchers looks up from their work in confusion. The airlock doors have been sealed tight, and the electronic equipment is flashing erratically.
Warning. Warning.
At the same time, all of their screens light up simultaneously, indicating the arrival of a new message.
Hey Dawkins, forget the outside. Come look at this. Some guys cracked it. They found the correct pronunciation.
For real? They better be serious if this is some kind of prank.
Despite the blaring alarms, the staff gather around the screens, eagerly reading out loud the incantation that was just sent. Oh, is it? But is it the right one, or are they gonna disappear again too?
La una circlo? Damn it! Damn it! Shit!
He runs down the corridor at full speed, grasping for air. Just as the airlock doors begin to close, he flings himself through. The closest room with the glass walls is filled with thick white smoke. He sprints to the door and frantically pounds on it.
Ulrich! Dawkins! Victor! Richard! Are you in there?
They all turn to dust.
Listen, if you receive the pronunciation of the incantation, do not recite it. Do not write it down. Do not pass it on. I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. I'm trying to save you.
I think he might be too late. A chilling silence looms on the opposite side of the door. The only noise that can be heard is Lucy's emotionally voice coming through to the speakers.
Warning. Warning. All personnel stay away from their communication terminals. Do not recite any messages on the screen. Repeat. Do not recite the incantation. Do not recite the incantation. Do not recite.
The door suddenly opens. The smoke pouring out nearly chokes him.
Richard?
Oh, it looks like he's turning too, or is that a robot? The cryptograph emerged from the thick smoke, his movements stiff and his face expressionless. As he opens his mouth to speak, a small crack forms from the corner of the lips, and quickly spreads across his entire face, as if he was made of clay.
Duh.
Suddenly, he collapses, his skin splitting and cracking like parched earth.
Richard!
Enigma quickly moves to support him, preventing his cowlick from breaking into pieces on the hard floor. He checks his vital. Still alive. Only his skin has been affected by the mutation. Underneath the cracked exterior, he can still see human flesh and blood.
Don't speak. We're going to the recap center.
No, you go, Dawkins.
Lifting a money finger, he managed to point towards the room. Slowly, a monotone figure emerged from the hazy entrance. It's a mud golem with thick clumps of mud dripping off his body. The only remaining human element is Dawkins' nameplate, barely clinging to his chest.
Dawkins? No, no, no!
The airlock door at the end of the hallway hisses open. A squad of security guards with hypno bullets and string nets barges in their way in.
Researcher Adler, please evacuate immediately. We will take over from here.
Alright, change these guys. Since wait, is it weak rate? Only her. Okay. Let's.
Wait! I have to hide the records first. Should I start running?
Loading. Charging.
Start me up!
Target confirmed. Faraday's miracle.
Woohoo! Release!
Wait, so am I not supposed to attack twice?
Under attack.
They're just little games. It's newly made this year. Left hand up. Now right hand up. There they are.
Only one.
Loading. Charging. Barrage.
Oh, so we can't attack twice in a row?
Coming! Coming! Stop me up! The maid's flicker. I'll fill the cup for you. Ah! Left hand up. Now right hand up.
Ring the gong of victory.
I thought the worst case would be that the ritual is useless since no one here can wield it. I was wrong. So terribly wrong. The reality is a million times worse. We have invited a disaster. It is a curse, even more unpredictable, unstable, and uncontrollable than the mask.
He grips his hair tightly, his voice harsh as he shouts.
Dora crumbled to dust. Richard cracked like dry land, and Dawkins turned into a statue of mud. And Victor, he vanished. We've tried everything, but he's nowhere to be found. Yet he's here, typing, sending emails, getting to door for me. All of these catastrophic events, and only 3 words were uttered. 3.
He shakes his head and laughs bitterly, not even in the mood of mockery after all that happened.
What are we dealing with, Madame Lucy? Which deity are we provoking and stealing from?
No one can answer this question. The security guards are busy cleaning up the mess, while liaisons are frantically issuing warnings and confirming the extent of the casualties. The rehab center personnel have also arrived. As they leave, their treasures are filled with injured people. His supervisor finished up a call and hangs up the phone on the wall.
Get some rest, Mr. Adler. Your mission is complete. Other researchers will take it from here.
You what?
He asks in disbelief, anger swelling in his chest.
Are you not going to call it off? After all that's happened?
The research must go on.
The robot's answers are concise and cold.
The authenticity of the incantation, and the fact that any arcanist can recite it, were revealed to us through this unexpected mishap. Now, a new question arises. How can we eliminate the side effects? From now on, we no longer require the help of human researchers.
Her tone is calm and gentle, yet with authority. The decision has been made.
Only Arcanum can lift a curse of Arcanum.
The eerie sound continues to reverberate in the cave. 37 kneels on the transparent stairs, blood seeping from her mouth and nose.
I'll get you out.
The suitcase, the noise wouldn't reach her in there. It could be her refuge. 37, you're not looking so good. 37 certainly jerks. Slowly, Orna's scroll raised from her bosom.
Is this Six's scroll?
The strange noise begins to fade. In its place is an ancient melody.
+1, -1, +2, -3, 3, -3, +2, -1, +1.
Still a slope?
I see. I understand now.
What did you say? 37. Are you feeling better now?
She nods. Have regained her clarity.
The numbers, Burton. 6's scroll reconciled the gap between the Supreme Existence and me. I can now hear and understand. The answer to my question, the solution to free us from the emanation, the response Apeiron promised me.
Oh, thanks for the posture check, Panzer.
String of numbers.
Thanks for the hydrate. On the Storm Immunity Incantation Contents Forum. If you're aware of the responsibilities and risks and still wish to participate in the Storm Immunity Spell Research Project, please read and sign below. Please note that if you refuse to sign after reading, you will be placed under surveillance until the research is complete due to confidential requirements. Warning: do not recite the following content in any non-experimental settings. Reciting the spell will cause random curses, therefore, its distribution is forbidden. If you happen to recite the spell and remain conscious, please immediately stop moving, stay where you are, and try to perform actions that might indicate your continued existence until discovered by a post-incident handling team. The text in the incantation is followed. Do not recite. Do not disseminate. So it looks like Richard is a dynamic modification. Dawkins is total modification. Dora is a structure breakdown. And Victor is loss of observation. What's this? Oh. It's the notes. Alright, 11. The rolling boulder. The weight hanging high above finally falls. The wind dies down. The cave is quiet again. The trial is over. As usual, the Star of Hermes had found her answer.
We got it. The key to the gate of truth. Apeiron has answered me. This is the final solution.
She chirps with delight as the scroll completes the task and lands back in her hands.
We must leave here at once. We have to tell everyone.
I am so proud of you, 37. We will save everyone.
There is finally room to breathe, if only for a brief moment. Yet, the feeling of ease remains.
But there's one thing I don't understand.
And that is?
She paused mid-step and looks back, tilting her head inquisitively.
6. His scroll saved your life. Maybe he foresaw the dangers and protected you from it, so you can leave there almost unharmed. But what was he trying to tell you? When he warned you about the collapse of your world as you know it.
The walk to the cleansing site is long. Only the sound of dripping water and soft footsteps can be heard in the tunnel.
Mind your step, everyone. We are passing the wall of truth. The wall will come crashing down if false words are spoken. Silence is advised here, unless circumstances dictate otherwise.
The follower nods with respect. They have walked past the walls of silent goodness and wisdom respectfully as part of the ritual. Only those who embody those virtues can find safe passage in the final cleansing.
$888?
The custodian suddenly steps up in front of the leader, blocking his path.
Forgive me, but this seems to be the right moment for some long neglected questions to be answered.
As she speaks, a few others emerge from this crowd and surround Six. On the narrow pathway, there is no way to get around them.
Perhaps, but hardly appropriate or righteous.
We will talk of righteousness after you've shared what you know, Six. You've been silent for too long. 4 years have passed since you became Six, and for 4 years, you have been hiding things from us. The long-neglected questions have created a cloud of doubt between us. And now the boulder of fate is falling on us, and we are teetering on the brink of destruction. It's time to be honest and true to your people, while you still have them. We are the seekers of truth. It is unjust to keep us from it.
888 extends an arm, gesturing in the silent cavern wall that surrounds them.
Let the wall of truth bear witness. I want nothing but an answer from you. I am not here to provoke untimely conflicts.
The wall stands firm. The genuineness of her words is not to be doubted.
Answer her, Six. You should be glad that I am not the interrogator here, because the wall would have collapsed immediately.
The wall remains silent, seemingly confirming the rhetorical mocking words as truth.
You may lie, but the wall will fall. You may stay silent, then I will lie to break the silence and the wall. Or maybe you could outwit the wall with the liar's paradox. Only sadly, I have tested it for you. One cannot deceive it by stating, I'm lying. After all, it's a test of morality, not logic. It needs your honesty, not your wit or anything else.
It is a delicate situation, one that requires precision. The leader remains composed.
What do you wish to know?
What else? The most important question, of course. The question about the essence.
210 takes a step, his voice trembling, no longer as calm as he used to be. The questions had plagued his mind for too long.
Why has our research stagnated for the past 4 years? Why did we fail to predict the emanation in 1929 and again in this time? Have we misunderstood the premise? What if the emanation is not a manifestation of the transcendental law at all?
Six remains stoic, showing no signs of emotion.
Worshippers worship, thinkers think, governors govern, and researchers research. Your questions are not mine to answer, 210. A Six has no expertise on the study of the emanation. I'm not qualified to answer about its essence.
A truth is spoken, and the silent wall attests for his veracity.
Your question is too abstract, 210.
The custodian shakes her head and takes a step closer.
Don't dance around the subject, Six. The wisdom has been passed on to you, as it has to every other Six. You have inherited not only knowledge and insight, but also the memories of your predecessors. You must know the answer, for it is part of your inheritance. Tell us this. The last leader of the study of the emanation, 77. What question did she bring to Apiron? And what answer did she receive?
There's no immediate response, confirming that she hit a nail on the head.
I watched her walk into the cave and come out unharmed. I watched her, and the previous 6 board the ship in search of answers in the phenomenal world. The ship didn't come back in time. The emanation caught them. And that was only the beginning of our misfortunes. The model failed. Our whereabouts were revealed. Hysteria now poisons the minds of our people, and the empirical knowledge accumulated over the years suddenly no longer applies to the current situation. Why? What did she find out? Could it be that something's happened to the transcendental law above? Has the truth we believed in changed?
Barrage with so many questions, he lets out a chuckle. He smiles with relief, like a prisoner finally receiving his death sentence after years of waiting. It is the opposite effect on the crowd. They hold their breaths in suspense.
Hippasus discovered the secrets of Route 2 and toppled Pythagoras' school of thought. The controversy surrounding Newton and infinitesimals presented a challenge to the groundwork of calculus. Russell's self-referential paradox sparked the third mathematical crisis. Though such theory was eventually perfected, the lessons on self-referentiality remained. In the end, Gödel's incompleteness theorems showed that proving or disproving everything is impossible. Therefore, absolute knowledge is unattainable.
His profound sentiment echoes throughout the cave.
The boulder of fate will tumble down its peak, whether 37 is the one pushing it or not. However hard Oedipus tried to defy destiny, his path to tragedy remained unchanged.
Yeah, Abby.
Talking in riddles again.
She furrows her brows. However, 6 gives her a small nod of respect.
I should thank you for bringing the question here, 888, so I may finally speak the truth. 77 did ask about the essence of the emanation.
He stands tall and looks around at the people. They're listening intently.
She asked, what happened to the supreme existence? What plunged the world into madness? The answer was disorder and chaos.
The walls of truth still stands. The trial stands. The trial left behind by the ancient sage confirms his words. A deep, ominous rumble comes from the center of the island. The tremors are like the island has been shaken to its core, like a tsunami and its volcanic eruption combined.
You blasted!
"210 is the first to come to a realization. He lunges and grabs 6 by the collar.
You knew this all along, from the first day of your revelation, when you became 6. You knew that the emanation was not a manifestation of the transcendental law and patterns above, but rather a symptom of its utter disorder and chaos? And you knew that the transcendental realm of numbers was no more, and that the essence of Numa, the one true form we believed in, had become an ever-changing existence like the irrational numbers?
Rage threatens to consume him. Retorquin glares at the leader, who has the audacity to confirm that the faith is shattered. He almost breaks into a bitter laugh.
4 years. You kept this to yourself for 4 years. Why? Was it for a false sense of peace? To keep the island stable? Did you deceive us to prevent the realization that our research would be in vain?
Six does not answer and adds inquiry, for they are not within his duty.
It's time to halt the bickering. Get everyone out of here now.
The custodian steps in and separates them with a stern look. She then turns and begins to lead the panicked crowd to safety. Amidst the chaos, the leader lowers his eyes and reads the verse prepared for the ceremony.
Pray to the gods for what you are about to do, and pray that all goes well. Once familiar with this practice, you will understand the constitution of both eternal gods and mortal men.
Huh? What happened? Did they not carry out the cleansing ceremony?
You will know the extent of all things, the boundaries of their entirety, and what connects them together.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake? No, this is... The large-scale ritual on this island is undoing itself?
You will see, as you should, that the nature of the universe flows in all things alike.
Why? Why is our circle gone?
The leader stands quiet and resolute, watching the falls of the heavenly transcendence, feeling the sides of tides of change wash over everything.
Thus, you will not hope for what is beyond your reach, and you will not be deceived.
He rolls up the scroll and ends his reading.
Pray, my friends. Pray for yourselves, and pray for everyone. Pray for all the suffering and misery around you. Reach into the unseeable darkness and pray to the unknowable supreme. Speak your hopes, for you are a finite creature yearning to transcend its own existence. The determination that once helped us overcome our insignificance and touch the light of Numa should guide us once more.
In the darkness, he lights up a torch.
Where are you going?
To the cave. The trial is not over. The final cleansing is yet to come. There are still duties to fulfill.
He trusts forward. With his back to the fearful crowd, he sets off again on the lonely road into the long night.
Here is a well-known question you must have heard. What goes on 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening? It's so well known that no one finds it novel anymore.
It's a human.
Please, do me a favor and answer me yourself.
A human being.
Correct. This is the same answer Oedipus gave to defeat Sphinx, thus becoming a hero, but also starting him on his ill-fated destiny. Raise a question, give an answer. This is the most fundamental ritual. Through this, we get nearer to God. Yes, a ritual. Whether it is by pouring out wine, slaughtering a calf, or circling round a fire with a baby in your arms. It is an agreement, a question that demands an answer. Every desire has a price, whether it is paid in wine, blood, or fire. but sometimes that sacrifice is taken from you without it ever being noticed. And the treasure you seek might be the undoing of your own desires. Let us take a look at another question. Stranger, what's your name? Cried Polyphemus. Nobody, Odysseus answered, and it allowed him to flee the Cyclops cave, safe and sound. A human being and nobody. Two answers that could not be more alike, yet both were bound to fate by their answer. All right, dear. Time to call it a day. As for you, you'll get the answers you seek. You've already paid the price.
Okay, clear him. Assistance records. Walking on the beach with Marta. She almost done with her tour on the island, collecting materials for her travel log. I accompanied her, also to remind her to avoid the important areas we do not want to expose to the outside world. She's hoping for even more reading and recommendation. Fine, I'll consult 210 and Sophia. There are too many outsiders here. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it makes management more difficult. The leader's strategy isn't the best at the moment. We must make clearer decisions. We need to show some self-determination. By repeatedly emphasizing our united will, faith will also be strengthened. Relying on anyone won't work. Nor can we put all our hopes in one child and then sit back in satisfaction. It's impossible for the island to remain peaceful all the time. When it's necessary, it always falls to me to do something. She should have noticed the error, or, well, I don't believe that a person like 77 would not check the course again and calculate the angles. Even if she's too tired, 37 is still on the island. Why didn't Hugh take his notebook with him? I saw it at Sophia's place. She left in such a hurry that even her reason for leaving seems like an excuse. Will communication for the Supreme Being destroy a human mind? This is all so strange. This guy talks a lot. Fortunately, he's also pretty useful. And surprisingly, he thinks the same way as with me. I thought he was the one who agreed most with the others. In fact, his expectations are closer to my own. If I become the assistant, I might be able to learn more. The position has been vacant for too long. A shield without a sword is ultimately unreliable. Now is the time. No matter what they say, I will apply. 210 also believes that 77 has the answer. What will the answer be? Smug mark. I need to get to the bottom of this. Alright, so we're back. I think I believe this is ad is completed. So stage 12, the party of beings. I eat, therefore I am. One, ascends from beings. Two, do not pick up what has fallen.
Where am I?
After a long period of darkness, clarity begins to dawn. Ahead lies a completely unfamiliar scene.
Did the earthquake do this? I was in the cave with 37. Is the timer broken?
Hey, Vertin! Here you are!
Why is it black and white? A familiar shout is heard in the distance.
Yeah. Come! People are waiting. The feast is going to start.
Feast?
Yes! Today's the big day! We're celebrating because we kicked Manus Vindicte off the island, found the key to storm immunity, and saved the Numbers people from great disaster.
What?
Huh? But Regulus has taken off.
Come on, Vertin! You'll miss out on the delicious honey-roasted rabbit.
She jumps forward suddenly, but something cracks loudly as she lands.
Wait, Regulus. You just kicked over something.
What? What is it? Something for the cattle? Whoever left this here nearly tripped this great captain. Forget it. Come, Vertin! What are you still doing there?
Regulus is breaking all the laws. The square is alive with joy and activity. The usual silence and seriousness has been replaced with a symphony of giggles and cheers. The aroma of roasted rabbit is thick in the air. Barrels of wine are being rolled around, and people gather, drinking and chatting merrily.
Nice wine. Did you make it yourself?
Careful, Miss Lilia. Too much wine can corrupt one's body and will. Besides, you are already halfway through our stock for the year. But this drink you brought is pleasant to the nose. Coffee, you said. I have heard many things about it. Oh. Bitter.
Poor guy. I was expecting more from a man of your size.
She goes to the barrel to fill her
God's sake,
cup.
Regulus, keep an eye on your first mate here.
Apple?
Wow, he's so out of it right now.
Is it Apple?
It appears that this apple's abstinence from the bottle will have to begin anew.
Vertin, finally! I was looking for you.
37 ways from a distance, Sophia at her side, arm in
Hello,
arm.
everyone. We have a big announcement to make. Sophia's just completed her proof and found her number.
Wings flaps from above.
Oh, don't worry about the swallows. They're going to fetch 6 for us. He's napping in the Hall of Aperon, an excuse to not join the party.
Not so fast with the announcement, 37. People will find out sooner or later. Thank you for helping us, Vertin. We wouldn't have made it without you. And I look forward to our continued collaboration with the Foundation. No. None of this makes any sense.
Oh, enough business. People are having a party here.
The pirate comes over with a platter of rabbits, smiling as if England had just won the World Cup.
Well, what do you say to this lovely captain who just picked up some food for you?
They clumsily collide, knocking over the tray in Regulus's hands.
My apologies, Regulus. I was too focused on linear regression formulas.
That's all right. Wasn't me getting stuck in the kitchen roasting rabbits all day anyway. Unlimited supply of honeyed rabbits all day today.
Okay.
I heard Sophia is making her announcement today. I'm curious which number she will be.
Care to wager on that? I'd say she's a multiple of 3.
42.
Then I'd say
She is a multiple of 139. I have to admit, she has a good number.
What is the number?
A number 100 times better than me. 6 and 210 put together.
Calculating. 37 plus 6 plus 210 times 100 equals 2.
Oh no. She is not 25,300. I doubt anyone could live with themselves with a number that long.
The rooster crows loudly in the festival's atmosphere.
You haven't met before. This is a moo, my white rooster. A moo, this is Vertin.
3. Do not touch the rooster.
White rooster?
Cheers and shots fills the air as the people run in jubilance. The Foundation employees picked up the ID from the grounds. Uh-oh, is everybody getting in trouble? Is all the laws being breaking? Ah, everything's going.
Something's not right. None of this is right. Something's happened on the island. I must still be in the cave. I have to get out of here.
Black Bean King.
Did I start running?
Critters eating beans and a white rooster. These are supposed to be taboos on the island. Is this an illusion brought on by the fog? Or a new trial? No, something's not right. The flow of arcane skills on the island has changed. I need to get rid of them first.
Never hold
Another
back.
jar?
Charging.
It's newly made this year.
No turning back.
There they are.
Aim and shoot.
You don't want to miss it.
Someone is still stuck.
Shell. Damage.
Got you. Ouch.
Understood.
Loading. Charging.
Stop me up.
Barrage. The light that illuminates all.
Rock, rock, rock! Change the world!
Someone still has the guts to fight.
Okay, so
Circuits
self
functioning
buff.
properly.
Self buff.
They're just little games.
Allow me to double check the battery. I, robot, child of science.
Nice!
Aim and shoot.
Let's see, what should I do?
Loading.
Never hold back.
Charging.
Start me up!
Target confirmed.
No turning back.
Faraday's miracle.
My surroundings changed. Is all this still an illusion?
I remember it's called...
Looks like the way we came, but it's a little different. These signs, are they trying to take me somewhere? The way out, perhaps?
Okay.
Bertin, where are you going? I made some coffee for those clever eggheads. Enough to mend their broken souls after turning their backs on it for half their lives. Fancy a cuppa as well? Here you go.
Regulus, it's a violation of their scripture. We mustn't consume any beans or bean-based products.
Yeah, the great sacred scripture again. Hey, think you can just walk away from a pirate without breaking any rules? Let's see you try. Ha! Now you must have the beans. Or you can pick them all up.
According to their rules, I'm not to eat things off the ground, or pick them up for that matter. Though, this mountain of beans isn't going away by itself. Fortunately, it doesn't appear to be too stable.
Go.
An illusion of a coffee bean mountain like this is almost as cliché as a pirate with a hook for a hand. Something like this could never hold up to skepticism. Mankind is slow in learning new ideas. They need new information to be explained in simple terms, using examples and analogies, or reduced to its most basic symbols and generalizations. Eventually, once they've gotten used to the formulas and outlines, they may just see below the surface and find the deeper essence waiting there. What about you? What do you think is your essence? Are you any more significant than a pile of coffee beans?
My pass.
Ah, certainly, darling. In a way, we are all a reflection of our pasts. But is who we are a measure of our decisions? Or have our decisions been decided for us long before the moment happens? We are led by our senses, as they in turn are led by our experiences, like puppets on a string. our mind and soul can scarcely weigh in. Do people decide to put milk and sugar in their coffee for the taste? Or is it bitterness, that sharp sense on the tongue, that tells them it must be sweetened? Do they even like coffee? Or is it a memory of needing it to make it through the day? Each decision we make coming from a tug on our hidden strings. Strings we cannot begin to grasp for ourselves. Only by taking out these saccharine sweeteners can we know what we're really drinking.
The word on the walls are aiming to confuse you.
Burton, where are you going? We're still in a meeting. You'll have to leave from the left.
But I came in from the left. Why would I leave the same way I came in?
Oh no! You've made a mistake. Now you must stay behind bars until you prove the four-color theorem. Be careful not to make another mistake, or you'll be thrown into the Gorgon current and confined there forever. You look worried. Don't be. We're friends. I will defend you in court. I will try my best to reduce your sentence to trisecting angles with an unmarked straight edge and a compass.
I have to leave, but not from the right. There must be a way to reverse left and right.
So then left or right can be reversed as easily as changing your frame of reference. How do we lead our lives according to these strict rules? Rules that are always changing definitions. It's too much for this old brain of mine. Why not simplify our definitions? To learn about the world like we were kids once more. Let's begin with math. Could it be as mutable as left and right? Could there be a hidden integer between 3 and 4? Is 1 always 1? Or is it just our frame of reference?
The truth endures. Right?
But where is it then, this everlasting truth? Have you ever seen it? Have you basked in its radiance before? Maybe the shadows on the cave wall are our true reality. Maybe the sun is just another prop in our shadow theater. What if the people who chose to stay in the cave were the ones who were truly wise? Be careful what you hold to be true, darling.
Timekeeper, are you leaving the banquet? Perhaps we might go somewhere quiet. I wanted to speak with you about linear regression.
Terribly sorry, Sonato. I really must be leaving.
Wait! Perhaps a more impromptu debate? I have some fresh ideas about our past discussions. Could I trouble you to help me refine them? The storm is gone. We have time to enjoy life again. You don't have to keep checking your watch or your task list anymore.
But time still is against us, and I haven't any left to spare. Not even to explain myself to Sonato. I hate to be rude, but I need a moment of peace. If only I could turn everything silent.
So it is a volume thing. I can hear you.
I said, if you are going to stick to your plan, then you must value your time wisely. Don't get caught up in idle conversation. Be firm in your determination, but careful not to go too far. Otherwise, your silence may be taken as a slight. And should they retaliate, what then? That's no peace, but a silent war. And peace will not return until one side concedes, even if they are blameless. Doesn't that seem unfair?
There's no other way.
There's no other way. How decisive young people can be. You don't stop to ask who ought to take the blame, or if it is right that the innocent concede to the guilty. You only want peace, and damned be the costs. We can only hope that your snap judgments will always choose the right side, darling.
Oh, you're still here, Vertin. I thought you had disappeared completely. I was hoping I might talk to you about my number.
Sophia!
So sorry, but I really do have to leave now. Please, I think you may be the only one that can help. It won't take you long.
So 1, 2, 3 equals... Wait, so 6? 6? Oh.
Six. A perfect number. But it isn't my number. Let's try again. Reset the calculation for me. Back to 0. Put an asterisk and 0 and we can continue.
Oh, 0? I thought this is asterisk. Enter on the wait. So let's see. It's 30. It's 90. How about, let's see, 30, 90, 35, let's see, 70. 35, 70. So it has to be higher. Okay, so 105, so 6. 105. So if I had 37. 37!
No. That can't be my number either. It's far too brilliant for me. Please reset the calculation back to 0.
$6.30. Wait, we can't beat that one either, right?
210. I know 37 isn't a fan. Still, I would be honored to have an integer like that as my number. Let's try it one more time. I have a feeling that together we can find the right number for me.
What?
Who am I? And it can't be as simple as your name. A name, after all, is only worth what meaning we give it. Bewildered by their own existence, man turns to the ultimate truth for answers. But soon enough, they come to see the truth is also beyond their ability to comprehend. That is when the fear catches up with them. So they put aside their search for truth and look for something more straightforward. A simple answer, enough to satisfy a frightened child. Caught between a comforting lie and something more frightening than the truth. That might be no truth at all. And if that is so, how can we know who we are really?
I am who I am.
Very good. Perhaps the truth lies hidden in the question. Hold tight to that answer, darling. A bit of elderly advice. There is no greater treasure. One day you might be amused by this idea when you see yourself from someone else's eyes.
First is the circle, second is the square.
"37? Is that you?"
The little girl does not seem to be listening. She's completely absorbed in the building of her castle.
Put the triangle on the triangle and the rectangle on the rectangle. Perfect, as things should be.
What?
The emanation? Disorder and chaos. This can't be. This isn't right. How ugly! How inelegant! How could this be the revelation from the patterns of the transcendental law above? How could such a terrible answer fall on my ears? I can't tell the others about this. There must be a mistake. I need proof. I have to go out there.
Burton, my child.
What?
Are you here to partake in sand play as well?
What's happening?
No matter how oft we arrange them, the sight of them never grows stale. Alas, I shall destroy it.
The surrounding has reverted to the rocky walls, still enclosed with the cave. 37 stands with her head tilted, looking curious.
I think I had a terrible dream.
What did you dream?
Regulus claimed Six's throne and declared this the rock and roll empire of irrational numbers. She took out a jar of coffee beans and stuffed one into my mouth.
37 shakes her head hard as she's trying to get rid of her mind of a horrible scene.
I'm relieved that I woke up in time, and you as well. Let's go, Vertin. We need to tell everyone the numbers.
She chirps, her face lighting up with delight, finally free from a long nightmare. A beam of daylight appears before them. The lengthening trial has finally come to an end.
Do you hear that? So many people out there. Must be Sophia here to pick me up. I told her she can wait for me outside. Sophia!
The girl runs happily towards the light, like a young swallow sweeping out of sight.
Wait, 37.
Gotta catch up. Gotta leave this place at once. Was shared of wanting here with the others. Finally, the day of light comes into view. That's not... What? There's a fire? Did Arcania really destroy it? Or is a war going on? There's a war going on.
What?
To be continued. How to finish tune? Oh, so is this a new, okay. Let's see, what is broken shall eventually be made whole. New Timekeeper's Moxie, plus use arcane skill, plus 4. Move arcane skill, plus 3. Merge incantation. Removes the rightmost non-ultimate incantation in the spell docket. Grants Moxie's plus 10 to the Timekeeper. What's that mean? A verse from an unknown source recorded on a scroll. Wine brewing season. Bang! In the distance, something falls. The cup drains the wine. Tired eyes dries out the sun. Everyone clings to the remaining days. The body speaks to its guests. Who builds also use the same hand. To destroy, to peel open the rock wall. The scar is a perfect circle. A death tied with a knot. Thus, the end. Only it remains. The wilderness. Everything extraneous swarming in. Just like that, they talk about the bottomed sky. Alright, so I know we only got like 4, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we only got to 5 stages today. I don't think we have any more wishes or anything like that, but we're gonna end it for today, and we'll probably continue tomorrow or something. Probably start earlier also tomorrow instead of the 10. So we'll see how early I could start.
Raindrops are supposed to fall from the sky to the ground, not the other way around.
Alright, so thanks everyone for coming out for today's stream. Thank you, Larnax, for the raid and the follow. Thanks everyone for coming out for today's stream. I hope everyone has a great night or day. Take care, stay safe,